Hello children, hearty welcome to the digital class. I am 𝗳𝗧 here. I think you are eagerly waiting for the digital class of English, aren't you? In the previous class, we talked about the lesson Jamaican fragment. Children, do you find people around you with different colors of skin? Yes. Children, do you think that the color of your skin makes you superior or inferior? Yes, children, you are right. Skin color doesn't make you superior or inferior. Everyone is equal in the eyes of God. So, before going into today's lesson, let us look at the objectives of today's session. Objectives. By the end of the session, you will be able to describe the inner feelings of a person, know the features of a description, know the structure of a diary entry, attempt a creative writing of a diary entry. In the lesson, Jamaican fragment, what was the regular routine of the narrator? The narrator used to walk for half a mile from his home to the tramcar lines. And what strange scene did the narrator notice one morning? Watch the video, children. The students are going to answer these questions. Children, in the lesson Jamaican fragment, what was the regular routine of the narrator? And what was the strange scene that the narrator noticed one morning?
The narrator used to walk for half a mile from his home to the tramcar lines every morning and evening.
One morning, when he walked half his way, he noticed that two little boys playing in the garden.
How can you describe the two boys?
They were both very little boys. One was 4 years old perhaps, the other 5.
The bigger of the two was very dark, with a mat of coarse hair on his head and cold black eyes.
The other little fellow was white with hazel eyes and light brown hair.
What similarities did the narrator notice about the two boys?
Although the two boys were into opposite colors, they were dressed in blue shirt and khaki pants. They wore no shoes and their feet were muddy.
What were the white boy's orders for the black boy?
The white boy ordered the black boy to pick up the stick, and then the dark boy picked it up.
White boy asked to jump into flowers. The dark boy jumped.
The white boy asked to get him some water. The dark boy ran inside.
Why was it hard for the narrator to believe that the two boys were playing?
The white boy strode imperiously up and down.
He shouted imperiously at bigger playmate now and then.
The dark boy shuffled along quietly behind him and did what he was told.
What thought distressed the narrator the most?
The writer was amazed to see the black one obeying the white one. The white one was imposing his will upon the black one.
The writer puzzled within himself.
He thought, could it be that the little dark boy was of equal class with his playmates? Or were they neighbors? Then how was it? Even as a boy, he sensed his age, divined a difference between himself and the white boy.
And did the little white inkster realize that he would grow to dominate the black man?
Now describe the feelings of the narrator.
Was there an indefinable quality in the white man that enabled his baby to make a black boy his slave?
The writer could find no answer. He said to himself, were we as a race really inferior?
When so inferior that in our infancy we realized our deficiencies and accepted a position as white man's slave.
The writer puzzled over this problem for a whole day.
His faith in his people was shaken all the day.
Children, I think you have recollected the Jamaican fragment lesson by watching the video. So, shall we attempt to describe the narrator's feelings when he faced the incident? This is the way to start the description of the incident. The narrator used to walk for half a mile from his home to the tramcar lines every morning and evening. One morning, when he walked half his way, he noticed two little boys playing in the garden. Children, now describe the two boys. They were both very little boys. One was 4 years old, perhaps the other 5. The bigger of the two was very dark, with a mat of coarse hair on his head and coal black eyes. The other little fellow was white, with hazel eyes and light brown hair. Children, now can you tell me what the narrator could find the similarities between the two boys? Although the two boys were of two opposing colors, they were dressed in blue shirts and khaki pants. They wore no shoes and their feet were muddy. The white boy was imposing orders on the dark boy. What were the orders given by the white boy to the dark boy, children? The white boy ordered the black boy to pick up the stick and the dark boy picked it up. The white boy asked to jump into flowers and the dark boy jumped. The white boy asked to get him some water and the dark boy ran inside. He was amazed to see the black boy obeying the white boy. The white boy was imposing his will upon the little black one. The writer puzzled within himself. The narrator felt that the boys weren't playing. Why did the narrator think so? The white boy strode imperiously up and down. He shouted at bigger playmate now and then. The dark boy shuffled along quietly behind him and did what he was told to do. What did the narrator think about this painful incident? He thought, could it be that the little dark boy was of equal class with his playmate? Or were they neighbors? Then how was it, even as a boy he sensed his age, divine a difference between himself and the white boy? And did the little white youngster realize that he would dominate the black one? Children, describe the inner feelings of the narrator. He could not sleep. Was there an indefinable quality in the white man that enabled his baby to make the black boy his slave? The writer could find no answer. He said to himself, were we as a race really inferior? Were we so inferior that even in our infancy we realized our deficiencies and accepted a position as white man's servant? The writer puzzled over this problem for a whole day. His faith in his people was shaken for all the day. The narrator really did not understand why there was a racial domination. Children, we shall look at the features of the description now, because you have understood how to describe the incident of the narrator and the inner feelings of the narrator. Shall we, children? These are the discourse specific features of a description. 1. Create vivid images. Children, while describing, you need to create an image in the minds of the readers. That is, you need to give the verbal form to the visual form. The reader should be able to visualize what you are making them to imagine. 2. Attributes of size, color, position, etc. add life to description. Children, while describing the dark boy and the white boy, we have used the color, we have expressed their structure, the mat course, and that's how they add life to description. 3. Figures of speech like similes and metaphors decorate the description and give it a rich look. 4. Use variety of sentences that include short sentences, a variety of clauses, exclamations, embedded sentences, sentences with a stress. All these form the specific features of a description. The 5th is you need to write the personal reflection. Usually writers include their point of view in description. Children, you have to remember that description carries 10 marks. Now we have discussed only 5 features, and these 5 features are called discourse specific features because we talked only about the discourse called description. But discourse of description contains 10 marks. It is a major discourse. So, what about the other 5 features? Yes, children, they are called language specific features. So, shall we look at language specific features now? Language specific features. 1. Contains a sequence of events and dialogues. When you are writing a description, you need to write the events and the dialogues in a sequence. 2. Maintaining coherence using linkers. Children, when you write the events in a sequence, try to make it sure that you link them using the linkers. 3. Using well-formed constructions. It means that your sentence construction should be proper. Maintaining conventions of writing. It means that you need to write the capital letters at the beginning of the sentence, put a full stop at the end of the sentence, and see to it that your full stops, commas, capital letters are perfect according to the conventions of writing in English. 5. Using proper punctuation. The difference between conventions of writing and proper punctuation is, for a discourse, you need to follow a format and that should be followed in the conventions. Proper punctuation means all the marks of punctuation. That's it, children. Children, we have talked about description till now. Do you know that diary is related to description? How is diary related to description, children? Yes, you're right. Even in the diary, we describe the inner feelings of ourselves. Diary is written by ourselves and it is at the end of the day. Is it important to write a diary, children? Now, let us look at the importance of diary. Importance of diary entry. A diary is a very important personal document. It helps in keeping the memories and experiences of a person alive. Memories in the mind disappear, but the written words re-spark them. Diary is a permanent personal record that is kept of the events, thoughts and ideas associated with an individual. Keeping a diary is an excellent means of documenting experiences, ideas and feelings that will have meaning in future life or be of importance to the next generations. It is often considered private and confidential. Most people choose to write a diary only when something new or exciting happens. It also is a means of allowing pent-up emotions to have some type of outlet. Writing a diary leads to the ability in a written form in purely personal way. Children, shall we look at the model of the diary now? Diary entry. This is the model, children. At the top right side corner, you write the day. the day here means it is Friday, Saturday or any other day of the week. After the day, you need to put a comma and write the date, month, put a comma, write the year, full stop. After that, just under it, you write the time. And then come to your left side. Start with a salutation and it is like this. Dear Diary. Children, you need to put Dear Diary. Do not write small letter here, put the capital letter D. Dear Diary. And then you need to start the sentence with how the day was. You can say, today was a happy day. Today was an exciting day. Today was a sad day. And you're going to describe why it was like that. You need to describe what had happened that day. And then you are going to tell how you felt that day. You need to describe your inner feelings. And then you need to write what you have learned from that day or from that incident. You can write your personal reflections in the diary and come to the end of the diary called subscription. You can write your name here and this is optional because the diary is with you all the time. Children, now shall we attempt a diary entry of the narrator feelings after the incident? Diary entry: Friday, 1st October, 2017. And you write the time 9:30 p.m. because it is at the end of the day. Do not write it as AM because never the diary is written in the morning. So, that's how we are going to start the diary. Start with the salutation, Dear Diary. Today is a very sad day. I was amazed to see the black boy obeying the white boy. The white boy was imposing his will upon the little black one. I puzzled within myself. I thought, could it be that the little dark boy was the son of equal class with his playmate? Were they neighbors? Then how was it even as a boy he sensed his age, divine a difference between himself and the white boy? And did the little white youngster realize that he would dominate the black one? Was there an indefinable quality in the white man that enabled his baby to make the black boy his slave? I could find no answer. I thought, were we as a race really inferior? Were we so inferior that even in our infancy we realized our deficiencies and accepted a position as white man's servant? I puzzled over this problem for a whole day. My faith in my people was shaken for all the day. I didn't understand why there is still racial domination. Children, what did you observe in this model of a diary? A diary includes day, date. Yes, you are right, children, it's time. Salutation. We have seen that we have started the diary with a salutation, Dear Diary, but it's optional. 5. Author's name. This is also optional, children, because the diary is with you all the time and you need not write the name of yourself. Shall we now know the features of a diary, children? Features of a diary entry. Diary entry is transacted through context. Write the thoughts and feelings of a person, the emotional and social aspects of the context based on the character of the person. The sentences in a diary reflect the mood of the writer. The way of expression The language used should be appropriate to the state of mind and expectations of the writer. Diary is a personal activity. Write self-criticism, introspection and future plans. Contains various ideas and events linked with each other with various linkers. These are the 5 features of diary entry and it contains 5 marks. Do you think the thoughts of the white man were different from the thoughts of the black adult? The white man married a Jamaican. He did not believe in white superiority. On the contrary, he was a broad-minded man who brought up his children respecting everyone alike. He made his sons play a game and the game was an example for respecting everyone. Children, now it's time for your assignment. How did the narrator feel when he saw the boys playing the game for the second time? Write a diary entry and the description of the feelings of the narrator. Children, you can include the following points for writing your assignment. What surprised the narrator as he walked by the same house the next morning? What did the narrator think the white man was thinking? Why did the narrator explain the game to the white man? Why was the narrator happy to see the white man watch the black boys giving orders to the white boy? What made the narrator's spirit laugh within? Did the white man believe in white supremacy? How do you know? Children, the white adult had no domination over the blacks. So, I think you have enjoyed the lesson. Let us also not dominate any other group in the society or make yourself feel inferior. So, meet you again in the next class. Till then, bye bye children.